Hello angels, welcome back to the Cosmic Taylor. If you are new here, hi, I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. I just got back from California and I am cramping up really bad right now. So if I just randomly stop and breathe, that is why. But so I actually came back. I actually went down to California because my hold on. My grandpa on my dad's side has passed away. I got you. There you go. Go on. Okay. I don't know what you want. But so we went down for a celebration of life because they didn't want to do a funeral. They already did a, what's it called? Oh my gosh, what is it? I can't remember the word. Cremated. He'd already gotten cremated, so we weren't gonna do a viewing or anything like that. And I finally met a bunch of the family over there, basically for the first time in my life, because the other times that I had seen or met these people, I didn't have the brain capacity to remember them. I don't know if I had the frontal lobe developed in order to remember them. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like the energy that I was going to talk about. I met so many new family members, or not new family members. I just met people for the first time, right? In a way that was actually significant, in a way where I could actually remember them and interact with them and hold conversations with them, you know? And I found community within this family for like the first time. I saw 222 on the timer for the first time in this collaboration of life I've had with them. Justice with the Page of Pentacles. Interesting, yeah. It's like there was an opportunity for me to build new connections and relationships with them, and actually getting to know the side of my family that I never really get to see because we live 246 on the timer. We live very far away. But you know, it was a very great time, a very lovely time. Like, yes, a lot of tears were shed, and it was very painful, and it was very hard, but it was also very wonderful because I felt brought together by my family in a way that I never felt before. Never felt that way when it came to my mom's side of the family, who I've grown up with and been around my entire life. So it was just very eye-opening, especially because like I ended up telling some of them about tarot and how I do this, and they got very excited for me. My aunt was super excited and was like, oh my gosh, I could get a reading from you. I could pay you for that. I was like, absolutely, yeah. And I do discounts for family. It's 50% off. So you don't have to pay me the full $100. you get it for 50. But we have the Sun with the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Interesting, yeah, but that's really how the energy felt. Like, I was definitely being very guarded and definitely trying to protect myself a lot. And you know, like, I am talking about myself a lot, but when it comes to reading for collectives, that means that we're all on a journey together, you know what I mean? Because, like, how am I supposed to read for a collective that I'm not part of? You know what I mean? How am I supposed to know things about a collective that I am not in with, you know what I mean? I was about to say inside of, but I'm not inside of this collective. I'm part of it. Hi, pretty lady. Oh gosh, what? That's exactly how this energy felt, though, because I was very, like, I definitely felt very guarded and very scared. I was very anxious because, like, you know, I hadn't really known this family before, and not really, you know, not in a capacity that was very significant for my tiny child brain to really hold on to, especially considering like the journey that I would have to take to get there and like everything, you know. Anyways, Um, excuse me. Excuse me. Confirmation burps. You might have very sarcastic family members, or there might be people that are very, very, like, sarcastically inclined to you, like, or you yourself might be very sarcastic. And that's what's really coming through here with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the King of Cups, and the Sun energy. Like, heavy on the sarcasm, heavy on, like, the Joker, like, vibes. Oh my gosh, we have the High Priestess with the Star, then the Four of Cups with the Hermit. Yeah, it's like there's this energy of like, not knowing or recognizing the value of community, or not recognizing the value of having others, like the other cups, you know what I mean? Like, it's that energy of Five of Cups where it's like this person is crying over their 3 spilled cups, but they're not realizing that they have 2 other cups right behind them. It's kind of like that energy, but with the Four of Cups, it's instead of like having things spilled specifically, it's like you're just missing the value of something that you had right in front of you. Maybe you've reconnected with new family members, maybe you've reconnected with friends, maybe you're actually reconnecting with people and reconnecting with yourself on a lot of different levels right now. Maybe you're actually really finding who you are and realizing that isolation is not the necessary step that you need to be taking in order to achieve the goals that you have for yourself. This Nine of Pentacles with the 8 of Arrows right underneath it and how they're both blinded, you know what I mean? It's serving that when you're in this isolatory space, you are blinding yourself to the gifts and blessings that are actually around you. When you put yourself in this position where you're alone and you don't accept that there are other people around you, you have this support systems, these connections, right? With the trees in the background, like I'm hearing family tree. When you isolate and when you don't allow yourself to actually really perceive what you have around you or acknowledge or accept the abundance that you have around you, you put yourself in this space of entrapping yourself, you know, and it's like you're actually coming to the realization that maybe you're going to be flying in blind either way, but you might as well fly in blind in a way where you can accept and acknowledge that you have support. You have support, you have loved ones, you have friends, you have family that want to see you thrive, that want to see you win, that want to see you succeed. You need to focus your energy on them. You know what I mean? Because like this energy that I've been picking up on with the High Priestess and the Star over here, there's been a lot of focus on these other parties, on these other like sides. If you've been watching these readings, or if you watched my Pick a Chocolate reading, if you happened to be in pile 5, then you know the significance of the star being out here, and you know the significance of the stories that we've been kind of in, like as this collective, right? And being part of this life as a collective, where there have been people that have been watching us. There have been situations where we've been being watched, where we've been monitored, where we've been like siphoned from, and like there are people that are actively trying to take us down and keep us in this 8 of Swords energy, 10 of Cups in the reverse. They want us unfulfilled. They want us unhappy. They want us scared. They want us uncertain. They want us to feel like we don't have any actual authority, oh my gosh, over our lives, over our destiny. But that's not a possibility. You know what I mean? Because like that would require you, it's one of those things where it's like the only way that could happen is if you go all the way back and you unlearn the things you've learned, and more than that, you actively go against every single part of you that has gotten you to this point. You know what I mean? The story, oh my gosh, what is that story? Okay, so when I was younger, I was raised Mormon, and I remember learning I remember learning about the story where Jesus was, I think it was Jesus, or it might have been like somebody else. I think it was Jesus. I'm pretty sure it was Jesus. But he was leading like this entire village of people out of their village in a way to move somewhere else where they would be happier or something like that. And there were the people that had faith and belief in him, and then there were the people that didn't have faith and belief in him, okay? And 10-10 on a timer. It might not be 10-10. Anyway. Sorry, as I was saying, there were the people that had faith and belief in him, and then there were the people that didn't have faith and belief in him. And those people that didn't have faith and belief in him, they were like very like suspicious of him the entire time. But because their village was being destroyed, or was actively destroyed, they had no other option but to follow him, but to listen to him, you know, because it's like, well, frick, he's a traveler, he's been around the world, well, who else are we gonna go to? We don't know how to navigate this terrain, so we'll listen to this guy. We'll listen to this guy. And so as they move, they end up getting to a point where there's this huge canyon, okay? And Jesus is like, we're gonna go in this direction, right? We're gonna go in this direction. If those of you who have faith and belief in me and in what I do, you're gonna come with me in this direction, right? And in that direction, it was like really rough terrain. It was like insanely rough terrain. It was like a lot harder to walk, to navigate, a lot less shade. It looked like there were a lot more like dangers on that side, right? And Jesus was like, those who have faith in me, follow me on this path, and we will get you to, I will get you food, right? Because that's what these people really wanted. They were really freaking hungry. They were like, I want food. And he's like, okay, if you follow me, I will feed you. I will give you nourishment. I will feed you. And so the people that had faith and belief in Jesus, they followed him down this half of the canyon, right? Down this side. And the other people that didn't have faith or belief in Jesus, they said, no, we're going to go down this way. It's smoother terrain. It looks like it has a lot more, like there's a lot more, what's it called, foliage. There's a lot more like plant life on this side. We're gonna go this way. It's the logical thing to do. Following you, that would be crazy. That's a death wish, right? And so they go down that path, right, and continue to follow the other party because they stay on each side of the canyon and they keep going and matching each other pace for pace. And eventually the people on this side of the canyon, they were like, oh my God, there's nothing over here. Like, there's no food, there's no animals, like, I'm not finding anything. Like, we're getting like a couple like small things here or there, but nothing that's really actually satisfying anybody, nothing that's actually feeding us very well. And the other side, they were not getting anything, right? They weren't finding any critters, they weren't finding anything to eat, and like blah, 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 blah. And so they were like starving, right? And they were like, well, at least we're doing better than those people. At least we're succeeding and doing more than, like, getting more than those people are. And so the people that were following Jesus, they were like, are you sure, sir? Like, are you sure this is the way to go for us to eat and for us to like be fulfilled? And he was like, yes, absolutely, I'm sure. Have faith. Trust me. Have faith in me. Have faith in me and trust in me. Just sleep well tonight. And tomorrow we will be one day closer to getting to the freaking food, okay? Finally and eventually they get down the path, down the canyon so far that there's no way to turn back, you know, there's no way to go back around or anything. And the people on this side of the canyon feel decent about where they're at. And they're like, okay, at least we're getting to somewhere new, at least we're getting somewhere to where our home is actually supposed to be, blah, 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 blah. And as they continue to walk down, they see this big, beautiful, fruitful tree on the other side of the canyon. And it has all of these gorgeous, glowing, golden fruits, right? And Jesus, like, freaking did an entire thing of like, okay, come on everybody, let's go, this is it, this is the food, this is what I've been leading you to this entire time. And so he brings everybody to the tree and picks fruit for everybody, and everybody eats the fruit, and it's like the most delicious, most fulfilling, scrumptious food that they've ever had in their life. It's the best fruit that they've ever consumed in their life, and it leaves them all happy and smiling, and people are dancing and singing, and people are hugging and laughing, and people are having a great time, right? And the people on this side of the canyon are looking over with such envy and like rage, being like, oh my God, I can't believe they have that fruit, like, oh my gosh, what a lucky break, they blah blah blah, no way he actually knew about that, or he knew about that ages ago, but he was just hiding it from us because blah 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 blah, he hates us or something like that, right? These people just absolutely writhing, so angry and annoyed that they don't have access to the most delicious fruit of the fruit tree. And there were a few people that wanted to try and toss the fruit across the canyon, but Jesus said, no, don't do that, okay? If they wanted this fruit, they had the choice to follow, they had the choice to listen, they had the choice to come with us. They didn't. You know what else they didn't do? They didn't go through this entire freaking trek, this entire journey. They didn't have to go through the starvation period. They didn't have to go through the period of uncertainty. They didn't have to go through every single period that you had to go through in order to get this fruit. You earned this fruit. They did not. And even if you do try to toss it across the way, see what happens. And every single time they tried to throw it across the way, the fruit would rot and it would be nasty and bugs would grow out of it. It's because that fulfillment can only be earned on the journey of hardship. You know, I'm literally, hold on. Wait, what is that movie? The Lost City or The Lost Island or something like that, starring Sandra Bullock. It's on Netflix, but like there's like a scene where she's talking about her dead husband, and there was something that they would say after every excavation in Latin, and it was something about how the hardships make the success sweeter or the victory sweeter. And that's exactly what's going on here, you know what I mean? It's like these other people that have been monitoring and watching, they have been literally watching you go down this path the entire time, taking absolute satisfaction in the fact that you haven't been thriving, that you've been starving, that you've been going on this really, really hard journey. It's been so difficult for you to trek through this. And now you're getting really, really close to that fruit. You're getting really, really close to that fruit, my guy. You're getting super close to that fruit, and they are enraged about it. They're so upset about it. They want to keep you blind. They want to keep you uncertain. They want you to believe that what you are actually fighting for and what you've been looking for this entire time isn't going to be here or isn't going to show up for you. They want you to believe that for some reason the universe would put you through all the things that you've gone through, just to put you through all the things that you've gone through, and leave it at that. Sorry, I put the High Priestess in there, but I want to keep her out unless Spirit doesn't want her out, you know, whatever. Okay. And you're just getting what you earned, you know what I mean? And they're going to be bitter and resentful about the fact that you earned what you earned, but the fact is they had the opportunity and the chances to go and do the same thing. And it's not like that's the only fruit tree that exists. It's not like that's the only opportunity that will ever exist. They will have other opportunities down the way to succeed, to live, to thrive, right? And to reach that kind of fulfillment. If they use you as an excuse as to why they can't, though, then that's none of your business, honestly. See, and that's like the beautiful thing. It's like, just acknowledge what you have, right? Like, sure, maybe you're going down a really hard journey. Maybe you're really like going through a really hard, rough time. Maybe you're going through really rough terrain right now. Maybe you're feeling exhausted, tired, hungry. You're just looking for that fulfillment you've been searching for this entire time. But push on just a little farther, just a little farther, just a little bit farther, okay? Because like, this isn't the end. Yeah, it's not the end. The world in the reverse with the Knight of Wands. It's not the end. You've been prepared for this. You are being prepared for this. Being prepared to receive the fulfillment. Because you know what the thing is? The fruit was so sweet and delicious and extra fulfilling because their vessels were empty. They had so much more satisfaction in that process of eating that fruit and enjoying that fruit because they had nothing in them. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not to say that that was the only way to enjoy the fruit, but that is the way that they had to go in order to really, truly enjoy that fruit. You know what I mean? The fruit of their labor. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying here? Okay? Because you don't know if tonight is the night that you go to sleep and tomorrow is the day you find the fruit. You know what I mean? So keep going forward and have optimism, because you know, even if you don't have anything else, even if you don't have the food, even if you don't have the soul food, even if you don't have the even if you don't have the like freaking the supplies, right? You have the community and you have the guide, you know? Because those people, they had Jesus, and they had the people that had the same amount of faith and trust in Jesus as you did, right? And as they did. If I guess you might believe in Jesus if that's your thing. And like, if not, apply it how it resonates with you in your own life. You know what I mean? You don't have to like believe these stories are a real thing to like, not, oh my gosh, you don't have to believe that these stories are a real thing in order to take the lessons from them. You know that, right? Like, you don't have to believe in any of it in order to find the lesson within it. That's all, like, that's how I feel about like the Bible and things like that. It's like, you don't have to believe in it. It's just like any other story. It's just like any other book out there. There are going to be trials, tribulations, there's going to be struggle, there's going to be fights, but at the end, every good story has a lesson. Confirmation. Your eyes should learn that list. Oh, there's some things that you want to learn about. Maybe you want to read the Bible. Go for it. Literally, 21:21 on the timer. There are lessons to learn here, okay? So learn about it. Allow yourself to be curious about it. There are lessons to be learned here about the Three of Pentacles energy. There is community around you that wants to support you and help you, and that's so interesting. I heard save you, so be careful with that. There are plenty of stories out there that talk about the dangers of savior complexes, so this could be a new age of discernment for you, but this could also be a new age of just learning about something new and something fun. Could be an age of just rebalancing with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. And it's just, this is like such beautiful energy, guys. Like, you gotta just have that trust and faith. You are being guided by something divine, okay? You didn't go through all of this just to get through all of this. You have so much more to get through, to go to see, to experience, to learn. So keep going. Don't give up now. There's no point in giving up now, okay? I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I'll see you in the next reading, and I love you, angels. If you feel called to, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you would like, you don't have to, it is always appreciated but never required. I do have my Cash App in the description. If you would like to tip me, I love and appreciate every single thing that you guys have done for me just by being here, though. So I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye.